Good morning, friends. Today we got a crazy project that we're gonna do. We're gonna take this pile of crap trailer that I dug out of the bush, and yeah, it was in the bush, and it's gonna be converted to a dump trailer. And I have an old axle from another trailer, and then I have this, which you can see both tires are flat. I think that rear end's maybe out of a Toyota. I'm not sure. It's these locked up. I don't know how the axles are turning, but they do. It's got springs on it, but I don't understand why, because the springs are made ineffective by some bolts, washers. I don't know. It's got a bent drawbar. What I'm going to do is cut the drawbar out, straighten it back out, and then I'm going to take my axle that I got, I'm going to weld it to this tank. And what I'm going to do is split the tank. We're going to use zip cut wheels, and we're going to cut it right out. We might get the plasma going. I'll see what we're going to do first. The first thing I'm going to do, obviously, is strip this down and get it ready. Pull all the stuff that I can use out of it, and the rest will go for scrap. There's not much I'm going to use. A couple of pieces of angle iron here and there, but the rest is pretty much garbage. It has it's a lot of 1/8 angle, and they box sectioned some of it, and it filled up with water, rotted out. So there's not a lot there, but you know, being the cheap bugger I am, I'll grab something out of it. And that 3-inch piece of channel is what I'm after, and plus the hookup. So I won't have to make any of that, and I'll just stick it right on the axle. So that's what I'm doing this morning. This won't take long. I'm not going to show you a video of me zip cutting this thing apart, but I will be using the Bosch zip cut that we did. There's a review that I did on it. It's still going strong. My $44.95 grinder is working excellent. Lincolnson wheels, they've been lasting well. So I'll let you know how many wheels it takes to cut this thing apart. So I'm going to get started on that, and I'll show you a little bit of progress as we go along. I just don't have a tripod set up, and I don't know if anybody really wants to watch me grind shit with a zip cut wheel. So there we go. And I was watching Diesel Creek today. Matt's a good guy. I like his channel. I like picking on him a little bit in his comments, but you know what? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And you can see I'm wearing safety glasses. I got my earplugs in, sand flies, and I'm ready to go to cut this. I'm gonna go to town on it. And Matt, if you're watching, and I hope you do, I'll drop a link, Matt, and then I'll see if you respond to it. I was watching your track loader there. Yeah, the filter did explode. I've been working on heavy equipment for probably longer than he's been alive. And yeah, the filter did explode. The little chip tooth, don't worry about it. And just drive it. I don't think it's that big of a deal. And wow, did that thing ever have a lot of water in it. That reminded me of the Massey, the Ferguson TO35 that we did the lube job on. We were in the same boat, white oil. Never a good sign. So yeah, we got that going. We got all kinds of things going. We're burning the roots that we dug up. We're working on that at the same time. So that's where we are. Anyway, I'll get back to the video, and then I'll show you my progress as I go along. Okay, through the magic of technology, we jumped ahead in time. We did some time travel to the future. And there you go. She's cut out. Lickety boom. And this is the piece that we're going to try to rescue. Rescue being the operative word. Sorry about the shadow of the phone. I'm going to cut all that gobbledygook off. It was patched here in the middle. So I think what I'll do is, rather than try to get the patch out, I'll just split it. Jake will re-weld it. We'll straighten it back out. Cut all this extra crap off. We only need this to make a short-term dump trailer, because we're killing the quads and scratching them all up, beating the hell out of them, carrying these big tree roots around and stuff. So I said, you know what? Couple of hours, throw this together. Got no use for that big tank. Was gonna make a barbecue out of it, barbecue smoker, but I think that thing's a little bit rough. So we'll take a pass on it. Sorry about the burp. I'm just a little bit gassy this morning. So I'll hook up with you again when we get this ready. We'll cut it. We'll notch it here. I'm gonna notch it here so we can straighten this back out. This should straighten out okay under the press right here. This we're going to reuse. And we'll weld it so that when you unhook it, the whole thing will flip. That's about as good as it's going to get. And then because that axle's probably actually, unless I buy a brand new one, is going to end up in the log splitter. But we just need this for now because we're just fighting with all this garbage we got to move around. So that's the plan. I could have used this thing, but honestly, you keep filling up tires, keep dicking around with it, and it's a big heavy pile of crap. So I guess it wasn't a bad thing that it was in the bush. Anyway. We're gonna, that's Jake up there cutting up the canoes. You can see him way off in the background that we're cooking. Okay, there you go. I'll again show you that that's out and how hankety jankety crook it is, and we'll show you what we got. Stand by. Hey boys and girls, friends, neighbors, loved ones. The build continues on the pile of shite, as we'll call it. Utility trailer. Yeah. So we're splitting the tank. We're doing it with zip cut wheels. The Lincolnson zip cut wheels are working phenomenal. I mean, we're cutting through heavy bungs, you can see here. Cutting through the light metal obviously is nothing. But we're almost through. We got one bung left. We'll get Jake on there to cut that, and we'll video him.
We'll quickly cut the feet off, and we'll clean her up and deburr around the outside edges, and we'll go from there.
Just let's get this cut done.
Maybe blast her with a pressure washer. Maybe not.
Because this thing is, we're calling this the Ecno build. We're trying to keep the total investment of everything we have on hand and anything new under 20 bucks. So we're going to see if we can do it. We got the drawbar all cut out of that old trailer. I need those steel plates on the shackle, so we're going to rescue those. We got some angle iron we rescued out of it behind the quad there, so yeah. So we're just going to, I'll show you the video here. We'll get into position to cut that. Are you good with that way, or you want another way? You want this side?
Yeah.
What?
Other side. You come around.
So you can see we got her split pretty good. I didn't want to video the whole thing because this is just a nightmare, and this is the worst one right here. So we couldn't get any of the fittings out because they're rusted in there. This tank's got to be older than Jake. Through. Got a little bit on this end, maybe.
Yes.
Don't let it go. Leave it to me. Cut all the way down to the lung. Oh, look at that, folks. There it is. You saw it right there. Would you look at that? You guys got to see it. I hope everybody was standing back and not getting their face in there. Mm-hmm. Where are we stuck, Jake? Oh, I can see it. There's a bung in the end.
Where?
A top, right in front of your chest.
Yeah.
There's a bung on the front.
There's a little tip there.
No, and there's a bung, something in there. Grab the zip cut. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna put this down.
On this side?
Yeah, it's still closed up. Okay. See right there at the top? Go down a little bit. There's some left of that bung.
I can't get in that far.
Why? How far are you?
I can still see it. It's just, it goes, it's very close. Shit.
Where are we?
Get a little bit of a mess going in here, but can I get positioned around you?
Go ahead.
We're almost there. Just got that last
Here,
16.
you video this. Just turn it around like that. There's a little bit left in there. I don't know, you can get in there. Even with a brand new wheel. Oh, that one's in there deep. Alright, stand by. We're just going to end up flipping this over, but we need 2 hands to do it. And then that should take care of it. That's not the same. It's not a weld-to-let bung. There's a coupling welded in there, so it's too deep. Can't reach it with the zip cut. Stand by. Throw her down on her face a little bit. Yeah. Can you let her down? Zip cut that.
Ready?
Yep. Finish slicing through it. Yeah. What the fuck is in there? Explosive dust. There it is. Some batch.
I lost my wire.
Huh? Well, there you go. Are we recording? Oh, there it is, cut in half. I don't know what's in that red dust in there, but it's smoldering away. That's pretty cool. Yeah. We seem to got her. We actually have 2 trailers worth of steel now. So we're going to put an axle under this. And yeah, we'll call her done. She's not nearly as rusted as I expected it to be for its age. And this is the bottom. So there you go. Isn't that cool, eh? So we're going to put the axle in, then we'll get back to you. We're welding up the drawbar or tongue. Yeah, I guess tongue. The tongue to the trailer. We didn't video any of the prep. It's just a nightmare. The little prep we did, there's a lot of rust and scale and paint. But we're just trying to see how good this is going to turn out under the most unideal conditions. So, you know, and again, this build so far, including welding rods, about $20. With all the junk that we had lying around. It doesn't owe us any money, so we're just slapping this together. The Miller 185 Blue Star is running real nice. And there. So we narrowed the axle a little bit, not by much though. Of course, you've seen the drum cut in half. This axle was all chewed up like this when it came out of a boat trailer. So it's just an old axle I had lying around. I think what I'll end up doing is probably rescuing the spindles and the rest will go in the junk. But this is just made up so we can move stuff with the quads, because we're beating the hell out of the quads trying to carry trees and everything else on them. You know, I'm worried about puncturing the seat, so there you go. So this is our dirty scrap trailer made out of a scrap home heating oil tank, an old boat trailer axle, tongue bar and assembly that was dragged out of an old trailer, which is underneath here. It's all rotted out in a mess. So this will be it. No weld prep, very little grinding, zip cutting, and that's it. That's what. So I'll show it to you when it's all done and flipped over. We're going to keep going and keep on welding. Stand by. Well, there she goes. Mangled, bent tongue bar. I don't know. Got the welding all done. Aired up the tires. One tire is just garbage, weather cracked and old. Needs a set of wheel bearings, so we'll order those. 1-inch axle shaft, so that's okay. So we're gonna flip it over and set to hooking it up on the back of the quad and see what it does. It kind of looks like rain and then it doesn't, so we'll see what goes on. So we'll get another shot of this once we got her up and over and flipped on it right side up. And yeah, so don't forget, while you're waiting for us to get this flipped over, hit the like and the subscribe button. Please subscribe. I need more subscribers. I'm at 700 and I think 710 right now. We need 1,000, so we can do it. If everybody watches, subscribes, even if you don't come back, you only have to subscribe once. I mean, we're going to be on there, but you're going to see some really good stuff coming up. I got to make a bunny video either tonight or tomorrow night. A friend on Facebook's looking to try to improve her batch of American chinchillas. So she's looking for a specific color. We're going to see out of the 15 new babies if we got one that she wants, or we'd like to put together a breeding pair for her. So we're going to work on that tomorrow night, Deanna, Jake, and I. But we had to get this done because we got crap lying all over the place. So we'll get her flipped up and we'll bring her back. So while you're waiting, go hit the subscribe button and we'll be back in a minute. Well, hope we didn't keep you waiting too long, but here's the inaugural run of the trailer. Now, again, you got to remember that all we got into this build is about 20 bucks. So you get what you get for 20 bucks. And we made it out of scrap that was hanging around. It's a little twisty because of the drum. I don't know if I'd go with the extra effort to wrap it in tubing to stiffen the sides. I don't know what to do. But you know what it had to do? It's just to get debris, and I mean we got lots of debris here, so it's just to move debris around the property. And I didn't want to spend, you know, crazy amounts of money on a plastic trailer or something. I looked, the wheels are all terrible. So I think what I'll do is get some 12-inch wheels or something for this. And then we'll see where it goes from there, and you know. But there it is. 20 bucks. Take it or leave it. The deal of the century. Thanks for tuning in and watching this one. We'll throw this up, and then like I said, we got some bunny videos to do. We got a little bit of mess to clean up now because we got to cut up the old trailer and get it ready for scrap. But there you go, left the bungs in. We'll take the bungs out. I think what we'll do is get the plasma cutter up, knock them out, put little patches in there. We'll see. She was an old tank. You can see here where somebody patched it. I just noticed it now with a bolt. So it was leaking and they welded in a bolt.
Cut that out. And
so this was a fuel oil tank. How about that, eh? Environmentally friendly. So, like I said, 20 bucks. There's what we got into it. We're gonna redo the
we're getting new bearings for the wheels. We're missing wheel bolts, so we're gonna be doing new bearings, new wheel bolts. We're gonna, like Dad said, we'll cut the bungs out and we'll make weld some patches in and we'll clean it up and maybe throw some reinforcements on the underside possibly once we get our welding set up better. Again, guys, we know we come from a manufacturing background. We know she's crude looking, but we'll get her cleaned up. And like Dad said, it was just, you know, we're trying to clean up the yard, and we got a couple old trailers that were here with the property. We're just trying to use up stuff, and we got about 20 bucks into this in an afternoon. And that's not including the time of taking apart the other one, so we're doing good.
Yeah, again, we rescued the parts out of here. Just so you got a little more angle iron, a couple of pieces of metal. I'm doing a counterweight for a tractor for neighbor and co-worker. So we'll take some more metal out of this for that. I got my eyeball on these nice heavy plates here that the shackles are on. Anyway, thanks again. Thanks for joining us on a Sunday afternoon. Weather here is decent. The sun's a little hot, so we're gonna pack it in and call it a day. So thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you soon. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Ring the bell if you want to see more content. Thank you.
All right, guys, first load on it. We just swing around and we're gonna clean up the backyard. Like I said, we know she's a touch crude, but this is we could never do this just with the ATV. So we've been wanting to have one of these little ATV pull behinds for a while, and oh god, what I wouldn't do for a CNC plasma table and a shop and a layout table and stuff. And I've done a bit of manufacturing myself, welding. I'm a mill right now, but I was a welder for a while, and it'd be nice to turn out some really top shelf stuff. I know we're capable of it, me and Dad, but we just don't have the facility yet. We're working on it. Yeah, that was today. We got cleanup work to do. Everything's a bit of a mess, but we needed this trailer because sometimes we like to have fires and stuff, and there's a lot of, sorry about that, a lot of wood to burn. And so yeah.
Yeah, you can see where this stuff would have been scratching the quads all up and beating the hell out of them. So we decided, you know what, that is the way to do it.
So yeah, again, sorry for that big fling there, friend. We got white spotted Sawyer beetles, they call them. We have quite a few on the property, and they land on you, and you want to flick them off because they have a nasty bite, from what I hear. Boys in Alberta call them tar sands beetles. And they're a little bit, especially when you're wearing green and camel, they think you're a tree, and they end up landing on you. And they.
Oh, did you have an event?
I had a bug flicker, yeah.
All right, let's call this video quits, and we'll see you soon.
All right, guys, remember to hit the like button and subscribe, please. We'll keep building the program, and hopefully we can keep bringing on these projects, and you know, and we'll just keep going. Anyways, you guys have a good night.